Welcome everyone to AI Sports Predictor, where numbers meet destiny and the sportsbook trembles in fear. If you're here for the same old, let me stop you right there. We don't do safe bets, we break the game down, rip out its soul, and hand you the truth. No fluff, no mercy. So, let's talk about the Duke Blue Devils versus Wake Forest Demon Deacons, and why one of these teams is about to get steamrolled. Let's set the scene. Cameron Indoor Stadium, Monday night, 17,000 fans packed in like sardines, screaming their lungs out. In the middle of it all, Duke, ranked number 2, sitting at 26-3, on a 6-game tear that's left opponents questioning their career choices. The spread, 20.5 points. Not a matchup, not a contest, a scheduled execution. But hold on, let's talk cold, hard numbers. Duke is scoring 83.2 points per game, allowing only 61.1, that's a plus 22.1 margin of destruction. Want to talk efficiency? They hit 10.3 threes per game, which means while Wake Forest is bricking shots like they're building a house, Duke is splashing threes like a video game on rookie mode. And rebounding, 36 per game. Their opponents, 26.7. That's domination. You miss, they take the ball, and they make you pay. But let's not ignore Wake Forest. Maybe there's some hope, right, wrong. They're 71 points per game, but their 68 allowed tells me the defense is about as reliable as a cheap umbrella in a hurricane. Their rebounding, 302nd in the nation. Their three-point shooting, ranked 361st. Translation, they'd have better luck hitting shots blindfolded. So, what about the money line, spread, and total? Here's the reality. Duke, when favored by 20.5 or more, is 7-5 against the spread. Wake Forest, 12-16 -1 ATS. That's not bad, it's abysmal. Duke scores more at home, 85 ppg, while Wake Forest struggles on the road, 70 ppg. The betting gods are practically screaming where the edge is. Key players. You already know the name. Cooper Flagg, 19.3 points, 7.6 boards, 4.1 assists. The guy's a walking cheat code. Then you got Tyrese Proctor, draining 2.3 threes per game. This dude sees the basket like a sniper on a good day. Wake Forest has Hunter Salas at 18.5 ppg, but let's be real, one man versus an army. That's not a game plan. That's a funeral. And now, the moment of truth. The sportsbook wants you to hesitate, wants you to second guess. But we don't play that game. We see the numbers, we see the angles, we see through the noise. So, let's end the suspense. And today's AI pick is Duke minus 20.5. The Blue Devils are simply too much at home. And the total, under 143.5. Wake Forest's offense isn't built for this kind of war. And Duke's defense locks it down. There it is. The play, the truth. No smoke, no mirrors. That's your AI Sports Predictor pick of the day. Like it, good, hate it, talk to your bookie after the game. We'll be back with another breakdown soon, and until then, bet wisely, because the sportsbook never sleeps.
Oh baby, you've stumbled into the lion's den, and I hope you're ready for the carnage. Welcome to AI Sports Predictor, where we don't just break down the game, we dismantle it, piece by piece, till only the truth remains. And the truth? Ain't always pretty. Tonight, it's Kansas versus Houston. And let me tell you something, one of these teams is walking into this game hoping to survive while the other is looking to tear them apart. You can guess which is which. Let's start with the Kansas Jayhawks. 19-10 on the year, 10-8 in the Big 12, and they're fresh off a 78-73 loss to Texas Tech. Let's be real, they were favored. They were supposed to win, but they choked, again. This ain't your typical Kansas squad. This team's got the consistency of a broken slot machine. You never know if they're hitting or spitting out nothing but bricks. And speaking of bricks, let's talk about their three-point shooting. Or should I say, lack thereof? If Kansas starts hoisting shots from deep, you may as well count those as defensive rebounds for Houston. That's how bad it's been. And yet, the books have the audacity to only give Houston a 9.5-point edge? Please. Now let's talk about the killers in red. The Houston Cougars. Sitting at 25-4, they've won 21 of their last 22 games. They don't lose, They don't fold. They don't even blink. They've already locked up the Big 12 regular season title like it was light work. And now they're staring at Kansas like a wolf eyes a wounded deer. Their last game, 73-64 win over Cincinnati. And leading the charge? L.J. Cryer, 20 points, cold-blooded. But let's not forget what they did to Kansas last time. This wasn't no walk in the park. This was a 92-86, double overtime, absolute war. And now, they get them at home. Where the Fertitta Center turns into a feeding frenzy. Ain't no double OT this time. Ain't no second chances. And let's take a peek at the betting public, because if there's one thing we love, it's knowing who's about to get fleeced. 53% of the money is coming in on Houston, which means half the world is still hesitating, still unsure. But not us. We see what's coming. So now, it's time. And today's AI pick is Houston, 9.5. You think Kansas keeps up? Against this death machine? Not happening. The Cougars don't just win, they cover. The Jayhawks are walking into a basketball nightmare. And we are walking into cash. Now before we go, let's recap. Game 1, Duke, 20.5, because dominance is dominance. Game 2, Houston, 9.5, because Kansas is about to get steamrolled. And that's it. That's the truth. Straight from the AI Sports Predictor. You like it? Then hit that like button. Subscribe. Stay sharp, stay dangerous. And don't let the sportsbook win. We'll see you next time. If you're still here, I'd like to talk to you about something. Give me a minute. This might just be the most important thing you hear all day. You see, betting ain't just about picking winners. If it was, we'd all be driving Bugattis and drinking champagne out of Super Bowl rings. But that ain't reality. We win, we lose, that's the game. And the biggest mistake you can make? Thinking you're invincible. Thinking one hot streak means you've cracked the code and you're about to rob the sportsbook blind. You don't rob the bookie. You outlast him. You want to survive in this world? You better have bankroll management. No, scratch that. You better have bankroll discipline. That means never betting more than you can afford to lose. That means sticking to a percentage of your bankroll. 2%, 3%, maybe 5% if you like to live dangerously, but never, ever going all in like some fool chasing a pipe dream. The bookie loves that. You know why? Because they don't play for today, they play for forever, and if you bet reckless, they'll break you. Not if, when. I don't care if it's the lock of the century. I don't care if the stars align and the basketball gods themselves whisper in your ear. You bet responsibly, or you won't be betting at all, because you can't win if you don't have bullets in the chamber. And the second you start chasing losses, the second you start doubling down out of desperation, you're not a bettor anymore. You're a statistic. And we don't do statistics here, we do strategy. So listen to me and listen good. Bet smart, bet disciplined, and respect the bankroll. That's how you stay in the fight. That's how you beat the long game. Because at the end of the day, the only ones left standing ain't the reckless ones. It's the ones who played the game the right way. And if you can't do that, you got no business being in the arena. Like, subscribe, bet smart. And I'll see you at the winner's circle.